Cruiser Lovers says, how are you guys? Well, we're good.
Actually pretty good. We're just coming off, well, actually, pretty big weekends that we both had.
We both had pretty big weekends.
I think a lot of people had massive weekends last weekend whenever they showed up to the four-wheel drive show in Melbourne. Especially, there was a lot of people that rocked up on the Friday, the Saturday, and the Sunday, and met up in the city and went and saw some four-wheel drives they'd never be able to afford.
Yeah. Well, that's it. Yeah.
Yep.
Like I sort of am glad that I didn't go to the actual show because I knew I just would have spent money that I shouldn't have. It's
very easy not to spend money there because you just literally just don't go talk to the people.
Mate, you're getting sent roses. Look out.
Oh, thanks for the roses.
But yeah, Miesha, there's a lot of four-wheel drive tracks out there. There's a lot of riding out there. Power lines are good. Yeah, there are cups on bikes, but you get that anyway. So,
well, what have you got? You've got Bunyip, and you come across. You've got Labatouche, and you come across a little bit further. Then you've got Nuji.
They all connect to each other, bud.
They all connect in loops. Then you go a little bit further. Nuji, you've got Rawson, and past the dam. Like, there's a fair bit up there past Walhalla.
There's a lot, yeah.
That's where a lot of people from Melbourne usually go up Walhalla way because there's a fair few very easily accessible tough tracks up there.
Yeah.
Me, not so much. I don't go up there that often. Normally I'm up Nuji or Lacola.
Nuji, Lacola way. That's my stomping ground, yeah.
Yeah. And I think I'm one of the only ones that have actually really claimed fame. I head to Dargo a fair bit.
Yeah.
Not many people go to Dargo as often as I do.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. No, well, I used to go there heaps, but patrol's an issue. Rodney just quickly asks, what's the MUX like? Well, mate, to answer that very simply, it's a D-Max with 7 seats. They're exactly the same.
Its only issue is its GVM. Straight away.
Yeah, but that's every wagon. That's every wagon.
Literally, GVM upgrade it, and as soon as you're able to do that. That's every modern car that's a wagon. Because they are made for passengers and not the payload. So if you don't buy a ute, you don't have payload.
Look, to answer your question, mate, they're exactly the same as a D-Max. They just got 7 seats.
Fantastic amount of mods for the front end on them because they're all D-Max mods.
It's all D-Max mods.
Yeah. Perfect.
Opinion on ZD30 Patrol. Are you talking common rail or DI? Common rails, keep your maintenance up, they're fine. DIs, keep your maintenance up, don't let it get to 300,000 Ks and you're fine.
They're literally a ticking time bomb.
Both of them are ticking time bombs. The common rail had the recipe to be a better
kind of style.
No, it just... hang on. Better answer that. Well, bro, I'm doing a podcast. I got to go.
Jump on live on TikTok.
Yeah, literally. So, talk. So, yeah, the opinions on them, like the common rail... Well, pretty much when common rail became a thing, it pretty much stuffed every diesel ever.
But a lot of the engineering hadn't been sorted out yet.
No, exactly right. And when the ZD30 was a thing, it hadn't been out long enough for it to get sorted.
Yeah.
It was around till 2011, and the last
popular common rail engines.
They were, yes. Yeah. Towards the end of them, they were pretty good, yeah. But, in my opinion, common rail just isn't...
Because Toyota didn't start doing them.
Toyota didn't start common rail until the first of the VDJs, I think.
Yeah.
Because they're 1HDs, they weren't common rail. They were...
The FTEs.
The FTEs, they were weird. They were sort of like a hybrid. They were still a DI, but they had an electronic pedal. If that makes sense.
Probably why they were probably...
That's why they were sought after, because they had electronic tuning as well as mechanical tuning.
Yes. It wasn't just winding up the fuel screw.
Well, that was still a bit of that, but it was also you had electronic tuning as well.
Yep.
ZD30 the world. Look, I wouldn't go as far as to say that, but, that's Paw Patrol.
Yep. That's coming from a man who doesn't use his patrol.
Yeah, well, that too, yeah.
Under He goes.
Opinion on a 1.8 Z engine? Yes. Yes. Gutless, slow.
I've never had one.
My old man's got one.
My old man had several back in the day.
Mm.
I mean, he had like several in his Troopy and the cruisers.
I say yes because they're 4 litres of 6-cylinder diesel goodness that just does not break.
Yeah,
because they're a non-turbo.
That's fair.
And there's just nothing to go wrong because it's just an old Toyota motor. They just don't break. They're for me, they're the same as what a TD is. They're great. Yeah.
Yep.
Mate,
the questions are pouring in. Thank you very much.
Literally,
guys. If you've got more four-wheel drive questions, literally just absolutely go nuts because we're just going to smash it out. It's not that often you jump on a live and you've got 30 people.
We're at 70 people now, mate.
Yeah, right. There's a few people watching. Come say hey. All right, so we're basically just having a bit of water around the fire, and I wonder if we've got another community violation here.
What bad things about a 200 series Land Cruiser, 2015 and upwards? Wow, the payload is garbage. The fuel economy is horrendous. They can't tow a caravan unless you do GVMs. You can't put 8 people in them without being over GVM.
Yeah. I believe they made a car that if you...
They don't have Apple CarPlay. They don't have Android Auto. They have a rubbish air conditioner. They're uncomfortable. They weigh 40,000 tonnes with no extras.
Yeah, you can just go on and on and on.
And you pay a stupid amount of money for them when you could have a V8 Patrol in the top spec for the same price as a base model 200 series.
Losing a fair amount of weight as well, too.
And losing a lot more weight. And the Patrols are more reliable because they're a V8 petrol, not a V8 diesel.
Well, you can go either way. You can spend the same amount of money on a Y62 and get double the tickle power.
And you can tow a caravan with the same amount of fuel economy in a 62 as you can the Patrol. As you can
the other way
Cruiser.
onto the GU, the last of the series, get a decent TB48 and have a proper amount.
The 48s are great. I love them.
Series
they are
4 TB48. In my opinion, the best GU.
Oh, 100%.
Yep.
They are one of the best motors Nissan have made.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yep.
They're just thirsty.
And just unfortunately they didn't. Yeah. They're very thirsty, but that's a lot of sixes as well too. They're just always.
What chassis do you reckon? 80 or 105? Because no question about the FTE engine.
They're the same chassis.
They are identical. A 105 is a 80 series with a 100 series body.
Yep.
And that's
you can cab swap them pretty easy.
You can cab swap them pretty easy. There's no difference. They are identical.
Same diffs, same running gear.
No, well, they're exactly the same.
Coils.
Exactly the same.
Yep. It's just a different cab.
It's just a different cab. Yeah.
Toyota was being. They thought they were being creative, but they were being effectively pretty lazy.
They were trying to keep up with GUs.
They were trying to live in both worlds. They were trying to keep up with GUs with the 105, but they were also trying to tackle a lot of these European towing cars. But
they didn't tow because they're a wagon.
But you could still get the V8.
You could still tow with them.
Still get the V8 petrol.
Not in a 105.
No, but that was because they had the IFS. A lot of the other European towing vehicles were all IFS.
Yeah.
They weren't even full drive. They were just all drives. So they were just trying to compete in two different markets, and they shot themselves in the foot.
Yeah.
And then Nissan took over for a good 10 years.
Speaking of Nissan, Cruiser Lovers said, opinion on my MP300 twin turbo, 609 horsepower, 4-inch lift, and 35-inch tyres. Well, for one, that's a ridiculous amount of horsepower. If it hasn't got a bull bar, it's just a mall crawler. It would sound like a jet taking off. They are a cool car. They are very nice in the inside for a work ute. Personally, I wouldn't own one because I'm not a massive fan of the way Navaras look.
Yeah, no. They're very acquired. A lot of those cab styles are very acquired taste.
Yeah, they are. Look, they have a good rap. They are not a bad car. But I think for you to find the good in them, you have to like them, and I'm not a massive fan of them.
Yeah.
I know you can get good power out of them. They are relatively reliable. They are very comfortable on the inside, I'll say that. They have got a fair bit of tech in them.
It's just most the thing. You've got to put that much lift in so you can keep up with the patrols. And
Yeah, but 4-inch lift and 35s on an IFS dual cab.
Inches in the patrols and the Land Cruisers.
No, but see, the thing is, like,
absolute weapons.
4 inches of lift and 35s on an IFS dual cab
Yep.
is the equivalent of 33s on a stock lift on a solid axle car.
Yeah.
You know?
And they have to do that for the clearance.
Yeah.
Yeah, the same with what I've got to do to get up there to what the Cruiser can do. And it's just sometimes it's not worth it. I use my car as a daily temp.
I randomly seen a Rubicon Shorty the other day, thought a Jimny that new. Nah, look, the Shorty Rubicons have been out for ages. They're just not that common because everyone wants some more seats.
It's too expensive.
Oh, they're stupidly expensive. They're stupid expensive.
There's just like if I was living in America, it'd be the first car I bought because they are super cheap over there. Everyone's got Jeeps. They are our
here's a good question. Ashley Ferguson. What's better in your guys' mind, a Ford Ranger or a Toyota Hilux in terms of power fully loaded?
Ooh, Ranger.
Always Ranger. Yep.
Because
if you put a trans cooler on the Ranger, the auto won't have an issue. If you get rid of the EGR on the Ranger, it won't have a problem. But they are a 3.2 5-cylinder versus a 3-litre 4-cylinder, so they have way more tunability.
You don't buy a Hilux for power.
You don't buy a Hilux for power, you buy a Hilux for reliability.
Yep. You buy a Toyota for power.
So, exactly, yeah. So, yeah, look, if you want power to tow something real heavy, Ranger. And you have a pretty comfortable seat too.
Yeah.
Cummins or LS, mate? Cummins. Any day of the week, Cummins.
They're two different things.
It's two different things. They're not comparable.
Yeah,
in my mind.
If you would have said like Barra
what would I put in my GU? I'd put a Cummins in it because an LS is stupid.
I'd say Barra or the LS are more...
Barra or LS is a more comparable thing.
Yeah.
So it depends what you're talking, like Steve 85. That is it's a good question, but it's not a question you can really ask because we're not comparing it to anything. They're two separate things. It's like trying to compare a Toyota. Well, no, because they both have separate needs. It's more like trying to compare a Camry and a Cruiser.
Yeah, I like one to drive to the city.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Point to the one who farts the most.
Yeah. Questions are popping out like left, right, and centre.
They're really good.
I reckon we'll call it and we'll restart the live.
But then we're going to lose all these good questions, mate.
What we'll do, because I'll know where it is, we'll just look at the camera.
Slow Datsun's got a 60 Series Cruiser.
We'll just look at the camera and just sign out on the podcast. And, and then we'll just keep going with the live.
So everybody in the live...
You can stay on.
We're still here.
But we're just basically... This is going to be the wind-up of our video that we'll save for later
anyway. For YouTube, yeah.
So, I'm Thomas John Freeman. You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube and Facebook. My love is YouTube at the moment. I'm coming up and I should be crossing over to 500 subs very, very soon. And we have got the one of the senior admins to Signature 4x4, Mr. Rumble Pack himself.
Yours truly. Yep.
Where can we find you?
Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Is that all I'm on? Yeah, it's all I'm on.
Yeah.
Yep, that's me.
That's it.
Just Caleb Rumble. Get around, go on to Signature 4x4. Get around that. Put your car in there. Answer the questions. Get around the page and look out for events and stuff. It is going a bit slow at the moment because it's winter. I'm having car issues. Layla's Layla and having car issues as well. But yeah, I've got a few good things planned. This podcast and YouTube and stuff being one of them.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm sort of all over the show. So yeah, but feel free to give us a message on Instagram and
planned maybe coming up soon. So that's going to hit.
There's a bit going on. Yeah, we've got.
Probably do officially through SIG.
Yeah, we've got a bit going on. So yeah, but nah. So we'll be good. You got your keys on you, mate? Yeah.
Yep. sign out. Thanks, boys.
Yeah.
Thanks, girls. See you in the next one. And people in the live, you can just chill out and ask more 4x4 questions.
Yeah.